He married wife Poppy Teacher in 2004, but before their meeting, the footballer was very popular amongst the ladies. And writing in his autobiography, Sober, Strictly Come Dancing star Tony Adams, 56, revealed he turned down Ulrika Jonsson, 55, after she slipped her number into his pocket, because he already had his eyes set on supermodel Caprice for it, 50. Meanwhile, despite being pied by the famous footballer, the Swedish-British TV presenter recently admitted that she's always been partial to the former England defender. Tony revealed in his autobiography, Sober, that it was on the same night back in 1999 that he first met Caprice that Ulrika tried to initiate a romance with him. Explaining that he appeared on old teammate Ian Wright's Friday night ITV chat show, Tony recalled, "I was on the show with Ulrika Jonsson, who slipped her phone number on a piece of paper into my pocket." However, his head had already been turned. He added, "I was flattered but I had no desire to follow up her interest. I was more interested in Caprice, who was Ian's sidekick on the show and who made it plain she was attracted to me." Tony went on to brand his physical connection to Caprice as like a drug, but broke off their relationship after just 4 months, because of a lack of emotional connection. He wrote in his autobiography, "I don't think it was purely physical, and there were plenty who would say I was punching above my weight. I liked her very much. She was an honest and sincere woman. And, I have to say, I felt like a king in the company of this beautiful woman. In the end, though, I knew I would have to end the relationship due to the lack of emotional connection. It felt like an act, that she was playing a game before and after she met me. The honesty and sincerity I saw initially got lost behind the facade. I did have second thoughts, and there is always regret when a relationship ends. But I knew it was right to move on. Sex can be such a drug and could have kept me in the relationship." And despite her affections having been rebuffed by Tony in favor of Caprice back in 1999, all these years later Ulrika has admitted she's always been partial to a bit of Tony. When his autobiographical quotes about his chemistry with Caprice recently resurfaced, Ulrika lauded the footballer for his candid honesty after admitting that he believed that he was a sex addict. In her column for The Sun, Ulrika penned, "I've always been partial to a bit of Tony Adams. It could be because he opened about his addiction to alcohol and, in my eyes, transformed himself from a hardman of football to an honest, vulnerable giant. In Tony's case, I suspect, he has acknowledged that sex was a drug which always left him with enjoyable highs which then led him to be in constant pursuit of the next one. But for many sufferers the effects are not often about enjoyment or satisfaction but have a serious, and sometimes very dangerous, effect on their mental and physical well-being. Still, it's good to hear a man open up about his frailties and shortcomings." Mail Online has contacted Ulrika Jonsson for comment. 3 years before his short-lived romance with Caprice, Tony got sober after a decade of alcoholism that saw him sleep with prostitutes, black out and end up in intensive care. In August 1996, after a 6-week bender, he drank his final pint of Guinness, picked up some fish and chips, and went home to begin his detox. The following Monday he joined AA and doesn't drink alcohol since. Tony completely turned his life around. He went on to win 4 major trophies as a professional footballer, before retiring as a player and becoming a coach. The Strictly Come Dancing star set up charity Sporting Chance in 2000 to help sports stars battling with addiction.